What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I don't mind getting sweaty, but we can have fun while we do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Super Slam singles and more are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then reach out to see what he can do for you. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now. It's me. We're playing. Where's my Talishar? There it is. Why can't you see my Talishar? Anyway, good morning, everyone. There it is. It's me, it's Lupinefiasco. We're playing RKO today. This list is from Enki Dupakier, Pro Tour Singapore runner-up, finalist, Morning Rose. He put a lot of work into this deck, and it was already a hero that I was interested in playing just because I like Kayo. If you know me, you know that I enjoy Kayo. Good morning, Toothbrush Live. And this is just new Kayo, but it isn't new Kayo in that like Dash IO is just kind of better Dash, or Prism Awakener, Advent of Thrones, Awakener of Soul, whatever the new one is. It's just Sculptor of Arclight, like the next evolution. But this one is really different. It doesn't have the KO 5 to 6 power text, so you can't just build the same deck. Like, it's a very different deck. And this one is doing more mid-rangey things, and I played Florian last week at RTN, and I really liked playing Florian at RTN. And I want to play more decks like that, or you get to express skill, because I have skill, and I would like to express it. And playing Syndra, and KO Armed and Dangerous, and occasionally Arachne Slip Through the Cracks doesn't really let me do that. Aurora did, but the 3 heroes that I've had to play since then don't, and so I want to play RKO. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. The deck is very defensive. I'm not going to go through Enki's entire list because I didn't build it, so I don't really know like what his plans were. But I know that between, as far as sideboarding goes, we've got the 3 one-ofs here, 4 one-ofs of Blue and Still Fear, Big Bully, Bask in Your Own Greatness, and Mocking Blow, which are all staying in the sideboard to be found with outside interference. And then besides those, we're just picking the 9 to probably 12 best cards to play in a given matchup, which should be between CNCs, Shelter from the Storm, Sink Below, Sirens of Safe Harbor, and Weakest Link. So we are going first against Puffin. Against Puffin, the equipment all makes sense. As far as what I am playing in the sideboard, what I'm bringing in, stream sniping, I promise. No problem, it wouldn't matter if you were. I also don't know what I'm going to do. So against Puffin, I think we do want the CNCs. I think we want Sinks. I don't know if this is a 6D React matchup or a 9D React matchup. Pro Club Cinder and KO players' skill is jabronis. KO players do have some skill. There is some skill involved. We're just going to put in 6D React. Yeah. There is some skill involved in playing KO Armed and Dangerous because you have to set up 5-card hands. You can decide if this is a blocking turn or an attacking turn. You can use your armor intelligently. Now, I do think that KO is more of a mid-range deck, and the closer to mid-range you get, the closer to mid-range you get, the more of a skilled player you have to be. It is specifically Syndra of those two that's like, you just put your hand on the table every turn. Turn 0 Call to the Grave means that this is a turn 0 Fiddler's Green. I want to get up on life. I am also then going to turn on my hero power and Arsenal that's looking for a scrap. Like, I'm not expecting to hit with the big bully. I wanted the vigor. And maybe the Puffin's hand lines up in a way that, yeah, she is only blocking 6 and we get 2 free damage in. My Arsenal looking for a scrap, which I'm not super excited about because I can't turn it on currently. But I am hoping that I won't need it for a bit. I mean, I can't just roll scabs to claw looking for a scrap. I've read enough of what Enki is doing to know that I do need to be rolling scabs in this matchup, so I will, you know, as much as I hate rolling scabs, the math does change when my hero is as defensive as it is. Blocking 12 and sending 4 when the Arachne is at 4 feels good, and Kayo lets me do silly things like that when I need to. This Puffin is just playing a bunch of cogs. All right, Fast and Furious. I'm definitely blocking with the sink. The question is, am I sinking the shelter? And I think the answer is no. I think I am probably not sinking anything. Syndra asks the player if they can count higher than 3. That's the skill. So true. To be fair, I have played games against Syndra where I forgot that her hero power has text on it. Cogwork Zeppelin coming in for 7. Potentially. When this hits a hero, create a golden cog token. So we can stop this. I would probably block the 7 here with Shelter. Roll scabs. Attempt to Mandible Claw looking for a scrap, pass. Very close to sending the RKO mirror. That would have been a slog. This pretty much commits me to blocking with Shelter from the Storm, but I think that's fine. I don't think that Puffin was going to take a different line. Like, her having untapped cogs really doesn't help her in any way. Scabbies for 1, that's fine. It's not ideal, but like, what else am I doing with this hand? In this case, we are blocking with Fiddler's Green. Like, I need to get something in the yard for looking for a scrap. That is what I'm ultimately trying to do. Good afternoon. Hey, Sa. It is morning where I am. All right, so I probably don't get to greedily roll scabs again. I might just have to claw. Surely you can sit on looking for a while. I can. I just like want to free up my arsenal at some point. I'm gonna block with the Fiddler's Green here, gain some life. Yes, the Sky Skimmer gets go again. That doesn't super matter. Throttle for 6 go again is going to get followed by Spitfire for 3, so I suspect what I'm doing this turn is just blocking the Throttle with Sync, blocking the Spitfire with Swing Big, and then clawing the Puffin, the Poly. Like, I would really like to roll Scabs here. What I would like to do, if I knew that Scabs was going to be 4, 5, or 6, is block the Throttle with Sync, not block with the Swing Big, and then get my 2 action points, Claw, Poly, Tunic, Swing Big. But I don't think I can be greedy with Poly. If Poly wasn't on the board, actually I'm going to sink the Swing Big. This is fine. We're going to give Scabs here. Morning, Ian. Morning, Steven. It's mega morning for the Lupine. It is definitely morning for me. Yeah, I'm not going to be greedy. I cannot be greedy with Polycranka, much as I would like to be. How am I feeling about RKO with Florian gone? I mean, this is my literal first game with the hero. Hey, we found a way to turn on looking for a scrap. I do think that RKO is one of the winners. Like, as far as decks that got better with Florian gone, it's really anything mid-range. But RKO in particular had like an atrocious win rate into Florian. It was like 25%. And I played the matchup enough times that like, yeah, this sucks. This is really bad for RKO. RKO just doesn't have a plan into Florian. Florian's armor is too good. Florian's life gain is too good. Florian's endgame is too good. So without Florian there, RKO does get a lot better. You're AB3 with a bunch of blues. So you have a really good Verdance matchup. Zipper hit for 5 go again with a boom grenade on board says that you, Ms. Puffin, are going to get armor. And in particular, you're going to get flesh bag. Spitfire for 3, I think, is fine. And what I'm going to do with this hand is I'm going to play booze. I am going to Tunic looking for a scrap, Puffin, and then I'm going to E-Strike for 7. I think that's the line. I don't know the relative value of a booze yet to know, like, is that a good play? I don't know what I would outside interference for. I mean, I guess I could... I do put it into my hand, so I guess I could Mandible Claw, pitch the booze, discard the interference, find, I don't know, anything. One of the cards from my sideboard. Looking for a scrap for 5 go again, E-Strike for 7, so I'm sending 3, 8, 15 damage. I am not developing my board with booze. I think that's gotta be the right play. And I get to keep my Tunic. So of the cards in my sideboard, we're already committing crimes against humanity. RKO just feels so fair. Like, compared to Florian, RKO feels very fair. Discard the interference. This card is just going into my deck. And specifically, it's going into the bottom of my deck. I think we're going to take Mocking Blow. Looking for a scrap. Banish my blue and Still Fear. Base power on this is 4, so Kayo can only give it +2. I mean, I could play the Mocking Blow and get booed. So I come in for 5 instead of 7, but I keep an arsenal. Unless you prison because all attack cards legally can become poppers, true. So I have the Tunic, so I don't super need a Vigor for the next turn. I'm just going to E-Strike. I'm going to E-Strike for 7. We're going to keep the Mocking Blow in the deck. For 5+ draw, I have some bad cards in my deck. Like my Fiddler's Greens are all gone, so I cannot draw a Fiddler's Green. I guess if I drew an outside interference, I would just like find Big Bully. Ooh, this is pretty sick for Puffin. I don't know the deck well enough, Ian, to know what my... this would have been my arsenal. That would have been pretty cool. I don't know the deck well enough to know yet. Like, what are my good draws? What are my bad draws? How good is a random card off the top of my deck? I do know that I'm getting Boom Grenaded twice. Yeah, I might not have blocked as aggressively last turn if I had realized that the boom grenade had a counter on it because of Cog in the Machine. I mean, this hand does block very well. I don't have a card. I guess if I'm blocking with the Instill Fear, then looking for a scrap is a 1-card 5. I think I'm fine making this block, because this is going to turn on the looking for a scrap. I can block the next thing with probably Swing Big Bone Breaker and Arsenal the CNC. Puffin is digging. Maybe she doesn't have an attack. She found an attack. I think the Swing Big is better than the CNC. The more I play with CNC, the more I'm like, this card kind of sucks. Six becomes 8. I can't stop that. Oh, you only have 1 cog. 6 becomes 7. I can't really stop that. Oh, you have Unicycle. It does become 8. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, so we're just taking a bunch of damage here, which is unfortunate. Any thoughts on the holo reveals? Not going to lie, I ordered some warrior cards, but maybe prone to hype. I have many thoughts on the holo reveals. One is, why are you showing me cards that are coming out in April instead of cards that are coming out in February? 2 is, I don't care about warriors. Those are my thoughts on the holo reveals. I am glad that other people are hyped about it. I am not hyped about it. I don't care. This game just got really bad. I should not have given my flesh bag last turn. I should have kept it for this turn. That was my mistake on the cog in the machine. Yeah, sorry, Caldwell. I don't mean to rain on anyone's parade who is excited about Hala, but I am not excited about Hala. And I'm like, offended is the wrong word. I'm confused as to why LSS is so like anti-spoiling anything from Compendium. I would have rather gotten the worst card from Pen than the best card from Hala. What's up, Kenny? All right, we got some plays here. I got the good old block 6, gain 3, Nimby for... Oh, I can't Nimby for 6 because I don't have a Vigor. Chin Warrior in 2026 is wild work, though. There's also this thing that, like, Warrior sucks. I also don't care about Warrior, so I feel... Yeah, it's like, who cares? Warrior in 2026. I'm just blocking. Like, I'm so far behind in this game from that boom grenade play. I don't know how to get out of it. I can block 6 here. It's going to be 7 into untap. Now, to be fair, Brute is generally bad into Mechanologist. So I'm not like, wow, this is supposed to be such a good matchup for me. Okay. This is a bad game for us. That's good. I'm desperate to see in Compendium. Yeah, I don't... Like, I can't complain too much because I got a spoiler from Compendium, which is great. Like, I'm very happy to have received a spoiler. But I don't know why they're so hush-hush on, like, everything. There's 250-ish cards from the set that we haven't seen. It's commons and rares from the set that we haven't seen. They could have spoiled 1 card a day since calling Philadelphia until January 31st, and we would still not know 2/3 of the cards in the set. Jesus, now I'm drawing the 1-drops. Or the 1-power attacks. In the future, I felt you were greedy getting the might from Bonebreaker. If you clean blocked with the Bonebreaker plus scrap, you'd have 6 block left for whatever follow-up instead of 5 block. I don't think it would have. It would not have mattered because the Puffin still had Unicycle, so the cog would have been 7. I'm just dead, right? Like, I can't get out of this. I don't see particular value in continuing to play out this game. Like, from here, we just die. Like, from here, we just cascade into being dead. I appreciate the reprints, I really do. I would have liked a double spoiler format for the set, considering it is entirely expansion slot. So I agree. Knowing the reprints is great. Like, it's really good for new players, which is one of the audiences that LSS is trying to target, and they should be trying to target. It's really good for players who might have been on the fence about buying new cards, like the players who wanted their playset of CNC or who didn't have a Crown of Providence yet. And like, we always hear about people who spend money leading up to a new set release and they get burned because it got reprinted. Like, I don't know exactly what the timing window someone would have seen is that says, I'm going to buy Felling of the Crown before Super Slam. But like, say they spend 120 or 150 on their playset of Fellings and then get the reprint. Like, that's a feels bad. So seeing the big money reprints leading up to the set is great. Like, people are going to save money. It's going to create positive feelings within the community. But there isn't like a legal limit on how many spoilers they could do. They could say like, here's Crown of Providence, and also here's a new cycle of aggressive reds from the set, or here's CNC, and also like a new set of brute defense reactions or whatever. Like, there are ways to do it. Against Verdance, I am not playing defense reactions. The weakest link doesn't matter. I keep the one-ofs for sideboarding. Equipment, I want to be on AB3. Uh-oh. Enki, what are you doing? Also, hi, Enki. Appreciate you being here. I just butchered your deck into a Puffin. I have to imagine that's a bad matchup, though, right? We are going to Arsenal E-Strike so that I can potentially be more defensive if I needed to block for some reason, or if my hand is a blue that I could potentially be pitching to AB3 and I actually get to like do something with my turn. I'm in every RKO chat. Usually I find Puffin isn't worth attacking if they have multiple golden cogs the moment they skyward and it gets silly. I don't know what else to be doing on RKO. I guess I just aggressively block out. I guess they don't want anyone to solve the Sage before the premiere. I don't get it, but maybe they do. I mean, that's true. I think that's absolutely the case. Like, LSS has a big thing with like fresh unsolved formats. Enki, why is your deck playing so few blues? I need blues for this deck to function. I cannot put a card for looking to scrap into my graveyard. So I'm blocking with Show of Strength. I go to 39, they go to 44. My turn is then E-Strike, go again, bottom, probably CNC. Show of Strength, Arsenal looking for a scrap. That seems reasonable. Much of the prices of staples like CNC and Shelter really going to go down? They will go down a lot. They will go down quite a bit. Like, we saw it with Codex of Frailty being a legendary reprint in High Seas. Felt like, oh, well, this is not going to drastically reduce the price at all. And now Codex is like 30 bucks. It might be 40 at this point because Marionette is relevant. One of the only reveals they did early as a Florian Snake even used because it, are you talking about Earthen Sheath? The one for 5D React that makes an embodiment of Earth? It's Sage playable, which I think is where a lot of them are supposed to be. Verdance is a super interesting matchup. Hello, Aurelian. I like the Verdance matchups generally because they are supposed to be, like, more fatiguey. I like being able to fatigue the Verdance and having to juggle, like, well, if I get comboed, I'm screwed, so I have to apply pressure early. We did see a Verdance just pitch an H-pot, which is good and interesting for us. On the Puffin, also an RKO main, you need to block out. Yeah, one, good game, X-Wraiths. Two, I didn't realize that your first boom grenade had a counter on it because you cogged in the machine. I should not have given you my flashback that turn. I should have waited. E-Strike for 7. I do have a 1 power that I can put into my grave for looking for a scrap. So I believe what this turn is going to be, I'm blocking this E-Strike to be a little more aggressive with my armor. I'm taking 2, I'm going to 37 to her 39. My turn is going to be pitch outside interference for looking for a scrap, banish the instill fear for 5 go again into swing big, arsenal the Nimby so that I can Nimby next turn with tunic up. To me, that seems good. If I was at a higher life total, I would consider like pitch Nimby to Mandible Claw, discard outside interference, or looking for a scrap for 5, pitch Nimby for Mandible Claw, discard outside interference, find Mocking Blow, play Mocking Blow, but I cannot count on Verdance being lower than me to make that play. So I think it's better to Arsenal the Nimby. I might be overestimating the value of a Nimby play. Oh, Elemental Strike. I was cooking with that card the day it was spoiled. I don't care. Yeah, that's fair. Earthen Sheath was a bad card. It still could be. As someone who religiously plays Icelander and Sage, the Elemental D-Reacts are not what we need. We need more Bolander-y attacks along with anti-Terra tools. If you ever, 1, hello Topak King. 2, if you ever come into my chat and tell me we need more Bolander cards again, I'll be very upset with you. We don't need more Bolander. And I'll tell you why. I have a reason. 1 is Bolander was very cool for her time, right? Bolander did fun, interesting things, like what Hamilton did with Bolander in the meta was like so interesting. I do not have a way to turn on this looking for a scrap. I can... I mean, this hand converts, but like in a very bad way. What if I just didn't block the Scar? I'm still up on life. If I block the Scar, I'm kind of committing to rolling Scabs to convert this hand. Or I guess just like pitching this to a spell or blocking with it. I guess I play it and then I Sirens. This seems like a fine block. Yeah, what Hamilton did with Bolander was great, and then LSS took that as an excuse to print Verdance, who's just Bolander paint by numbers, and it sucks. I don't like the Verdance play pattern. I don't like that Verdance is so easily like, here's what you do. Okay. So now I get to make the Nimby play, which means that I am bottoming looking for a scrap to find later. I am blocking Felling with Sirens of Safe Harbor and Scab Skins and staying life neutral, and then I am playing Nimby with the Tunic up. Earthen Sheath is a weird idea. I have to commit 2 cards to create an embodiment I probably won't be using unless I'm giving up my whole hand. I think it's a Terra card, which is why it might look weird. Because, I mean, it's really good in Guardian, right? You get to like Earthen Sheath Staunch Response, or Earthen Sheath make your thing, make a Might token for the next turn. Like, you get to do kind of cool 2-card 6s with it, or like 3-card 11s with Staunch, if I'm remembering correctly how much Staunch blocks. Or you could do Earthen Sheath, Oasis Respite, Embodiment of Earth. I mean, I definitely don't want this blue Embolism in my arsenal, so I am kind of committed to making this play, but that's fine. I get a Heartbeat and a Tree. Getting the Tree feels huge against Verdance. Verdance was more interesting before Burn Bear Light Up. I agree. All right, tilling for 8 is a little spooky, considering what I want to do on my turn. We're blocking with Truce. I can take 5, go to 31, call to the grave a Fiddler's Green, go up to 30. Oh no, I will have already been booed from the booze, which is going to turn on the Mocking Blow. And I have the NIMBY to pitch. So I'm taking 5, I'm arsenaling Call to the Grave, and then playing the Mocking, or I just bank 2 Vigors. That's got to be right. Okay, we take our 5. Verdance would be fine if Felling wasn't both insane and brain dead. True. It gives you space to have an embodiment and make a Might. Yeah, it's Terra support, it's Oldhim support. Like, I can see the downside to both of those things being, do those heroes really need support? The answer being no. Let's find a Fiddlers. Let's play a Mocking Blow. This is going to give me a 2nd Vigor, which can let me do cool things with Mandible Claw or Swing Big next turn. Verdance is Bolander, but without any of the sauce that actually made Bolander fun. No, I agree. I guess at this point, I don't know what LSS prints for Icelander in Sage that isn't just like, here's direct support. I think the genie might just be out of the bottle. Like, you can't close Pandora's box because we all already know that Bolander exists. So there's no going back. Like, once Hamilton broke it and showed LSS that this is something that people want, that was it. 45 to 44. I am losing the Fatigue Race currently, but that will change based on how she blocks. If she gives me 3 cards to stop the 9, then I am winning the Fatigue Race. We haven't seen any spells. That isn't true. We saw a Light Up the Leaves that was used for blocks. Okay, up to 9. Do you have a D-React? Oh my god, she is playing D-Reacts? I would not play D-Reacts against me. Okay. This hand gets to go Mandible Claw, discard Outside Interference, find Big Bully, pitch, attack with Big Bully, KO, Arsenal Sigil. That's kind of gas. Enki, this deck is kind of sick. This deck kind of slaps. It kind of does cool plays. Ooh, we even get a Burn Bear on defense? I even have the Sigil for some weird edge case where Verdance like plays her Sigil to try and like juice me. Bolander with a different disruption access where the attacks disrupt and not the spells. Gotcha. We did it. We did it. We juiced Verdance. Yay. That's fine. I still do the thing. Because I'm pushing 2 here. And I don't really want a blue and still fear in my arsenal. My tunic is going to be up. I have vigor. Do I have a NIMBY. All right. So we go Claw, Pitch Call to the Grave, discard outside interference to give it go again. Claw, Pitch Call to the Grave, discard outside interference to give it go again. I have 2 floating resources. I looking for a scrap. The NIMBY, that doesn't really work. Looking for a scrap. Pitch Call to the Grave. Float 2 resources. No, I think it's... What a weird turn. It's like almost good. Claw, Pitch, discard. Think we take the looking for a scrap line? I guess I could just set a Mocking Blow in my arsenal. That's gotta be the play. Or I could discard outside in... No, I want to get claw value, and I get to put a call back in the deck. What are you getting off outside? I think it's just Mocking Blow. It depends on if I want to play the Sirens. And I think I do. I could play the Mocking Blow, but then I can't KO it. Pop hat, because I want to fix my hand. I guess I could. Outside interference. Find Mocking Blow, which is going to go in my arsenal. Sirens is going to threaten 6. I'm going to go to 38. Verdance uses D-React pile with Felling Entry plus 6 power Arcane. I know this Verdance is trying to combo me because she showed me a potion, but she hasn't played any yet, and she's also on Moon, not Surgent. So I'm kind of just not overly concerned about what she's doing. Could bluff the Mocking Blow blue with a blue in hand. Yeah. I kind of thought that I might get Plow Under, and it's fine because I just have Mocking Blow in my deck. Like, okay. This hand is not good. I could take the 6, go to 32, trot along, claw, CNC. That's bad, though. I think I'm just blocking 3, playing Booze, playing CNC, and it's fine. I'm a resource off. Which flavor of Warrior should I play for RTN tomorrow? Are you trying to be sweaty, or are you trying to have fun? Like Kasai's if you're trying to sweat. Dawnblade Dories if you're trying to sweat a different way, but like maybe play on targeting your meta. Anything Great Axe is if you're trying to, you know, really punish people for not having their invite in Swiss. I don't know how much RKO is going to change after Kayo leaves. Well, by the time... Yeah, by the time Kayo leaves, we'll have Savage Claw, which is going to make Mandible Claw, like, it'll be worse. Oh, I just get armor for free? All right, so what's in your... What is this? This has got to be a D-React, maybe? Or like a spell? Surely Ring was not worth protecting. You're gonna Moon me, which kind of does let me do something different with this hand. I'm going to pitch the Swing Big for later. I'm going to roll Scabs for A. I'll even take it. I mean, 6 is even better. Ring is rough for RKO. We can't clear it. It just seems like kind of late in the game. Oh my gosh, you're giving me a Felling and a Plow? Or Big Up? You have seen... I mean, we still haven't seen an H-Pot from her. We've got 3 Heartbeats in Grave, which is great. I believe we've seen 3 big spells. We've seen 4 big spells, 2 light ups. Hold on. Hold on, I'm slow playing. Arsenal to Sigil. Light up, Burn Bear, light up. Sorry, we've seen 3 big spells. I am up on life. I have a resource. I have Tunic. I'd have to roll Scabs to like get a ton of value from this hand, which I'm gonna do. Okay. With 3, I'm just going to play Mocking Blow with the intention of pitching Rotten Remains to turn it on and then just keeping these 2. Wish I had outside interference in this hand. Oh, I guess I can Arsenal something. I should Arsenal. I guess I can keep this Mocking Blow. It blocks 3 and has relevant text and will keep me getting booed if I have the action points for it. Or his roll Scab Simulator in some matchups. I had Go Again earlier. And there are red looking for a Scraps in this deck. Like, I've seen them. They exist. I can even turn them on. I just need to draw the cards that let me do that. Yes, play your D-Reacts. Arsenal the Show. You give me a Sirens of Safe Harbor. Which again, we are kind of just rolling Scabs again this turn. I could block with... I guess NIMBY is like the worst card in my hand right now. I kind of don't want to block with my Mocking Blows. Like, I am up enough on life and I will be presenting pressure. That this feels like more of a win con than this does. Call to the Grave in RKO is whack. Why is it there? It is there for Fiddler's Green. It is there for Back Alley Breakline. Yes, you gain a life. Scabs. Sick. Alright, we're taking damage this turn. We'll block with the yellow instead. Yeah, that was not good. I love rolling Scabs. I do not like rolling Scabs. I do not like playing a deck that puts me in the position where rolling Scabs is a thing I need to do. But it is what it is. Just block with the Mocking Blow. I'll block with the CNC too. I think I'm rolling Scabs again this turn. Actually, I need to back up. You're going to play the Sigil. I'm going to Tunic. I'm going to prevent 1. Then I am not going to roll Scabs. And I'm just going to Show of Strength. I'll be playing the Kayo spec cards for fun at my next league night. Rolling 2 dice for Scabs feels good. Playing the bag cards to rage bait my buddies is peak. I'm just playing bad cards to bait myself into rolling Scabs. Like, maybe that hand was just supposed to be Mocking Blow and then, like, pitch a little for it. Bank of Vigor for when I find my looking for a scraps that are somewhere in my deck. Excuse me? I am not going to pitch to this. Light Up the Leaves says that I will pitch 3. I'll pitch Mocking Blow and Big Bully. I'm now down on life. I think rolling Scabs is correct. Now she's online, you'll lose value if you can't keep the pressure up. It's more that I would have been able to apply pressure if I had just, like, done a thing. She used a potion, which I don't think is correct, but I guess she's not playing Rampant Growths. Because we haven't seen any yet. Like, this could be one. But they would have all had to have been on the bottom of her deck. She never pitched one. So if she's not playing Rampant Growths, then, like, we just win the game. Like, she has no Light Up the Leaves left. She has 2 Burn Bears. And if she doesn't have a way to, like, combo us, I have too much life. I will pitch to this. Because she's going to do her whole Verdance thing. I should have pitched... Sorry. I should pitch the 2 cost. Or the 2 block. In case I do need to block. I don't know about people here, but the only RKO list I've ever liked was Sam Dandas at 5 Scabs, 7 Mocking. Battered, Beaten, and Bruised. I mean, this list is running Scraps and Mockings. We haven't seen a lot of the Scraps, but they're there. Oh, you do play Rampant Growth. What's your plan here? Is this like a strange combination of mini combos that I don't think is particularly good? This is coming in for 4, which I guess I'm supposed to take because I can Sirens next turn. Is it? All right, does anyone, and as someone who plays Verdance, is this what she's supposed to be doing? I feel like the mini combos are not how she wins this game. Played that list, and when it lined up, it was sick, but I couldn't get it to line up. Battered, Beaten, and Broken in RKO seems kind of cool. There's Burn Bear number 2. A health pot would have went hard here. I don't see the benefit in her, like, playing an H pot, breaking it, playing an H pot, breaking it. Rebuff power, so we're just blocking. Go to 21. I'm going to play Booze. I'm going to play Mocking Blow. It's going to come in for 3, so maybe I don't do that. I guess I just arsenal the Mocking Blow. Put a Pulsing Aether in arsenal, so I know about that. What's up, Trashy Panda? Currently, I am the plug. I am 0-1 for the day. I was about to say, I think I could probably arsenal this Mocking Blow, because the only way I lose this game is if I draw a hand of reds. We found it. I pitch 1 there. I'm going to pitch 3 here. I'm going to play the Mocking Blow. She's going to Waning Moon me, which is... What? Into... Okay. Still has a Rampant Growth. I'm not dead. I'm going to bank another Vigor, so I'll have 2, and I have a resource for AB1 if I need it. That's 2 Rampant Growths. She's seen an Amulet. She hasn't played an H-Pot, but she pitched 1. How many Arg Smashes and Oasis Take It on the Chin are you on? I am on none of those. I am on no Oasis or Take It on the Chin in this list. Sorry, or Arg Smashes. Oh no, deck. Deck, please. I need... deck, no. I need blues. The Mocking Blow is off. So arsenaling this Mocking Blow was a mistake. I should have just IP'd the blue. I do need to pitch for this. Sure, big bully. Yeah, this is fine. But that's all 3 Rampant Growths. Like, she can't win from this position. She has 12 cards left in deck. Pitch stacking should be red, yellow, red. I am just going to... Mocking Blow here is terrible. I'm just going to Tunic Claw. It's really good into Arcane matchups, also in Gravy because it gives you the ability to attack twice. Well, oh, Take It on the Chin? This isn't... Oh, wait. I needed to... Oh my god, I hate when they do this. Jesus. Okay. I like the multiple undo function in Talishar, but it can also be difficult when you're like... Your opponent just thinks that they take their same action. It's like, no, no, no. You have to wait. Hey, I found blues. We got there. So she's Everbloom looping me. Which, yeah, I can't stop her from doing. This is coming in for 6. I am just blocking. I was supposed to pitch a 2 to the AB. That's fine. That's something I need to remember. Two. And I have to just pass because you still have a burn bear. I can't call because if she has the burn bear, I just die. I think I can... I'll just sit on this Mocking Blow. She has no Pulsing Aether left. She has no... We've only seen one Millennium Tree, but I think she might only be on one Millennium Tree. So at this point, I'm just blocking out. I still have a Fiddlers in the deck. I'm going to put 6 in front of the Autumn's Touch. I'm going to call to the grave for a Fiddler's Green to buy me space. Oh, call is for Back Alley Breakline and Fiddler's Green. And then we pass. Yeah, like I can just wait her out. She has the Everbloom loop, which sure, but that's it. Like she doesn't have very many attacks left. She can Moon me, which I can AB. Like one blue takes care of the Waning Moon Everbloom loop. I have enough life that she can't Strider's combo me. I believe she just has a Burn Bear. She has no Cadaverous Tillings, no Fellings, no Plow Unders, no Light Up the Leaves. She just doesn't have gas left in the tank. Which means I can start doing stuff. I'm allowed to check my inventory somewhere, right? How do I see what's in my inventory? My inventory is a Bask in Your Own Greatness and an Instill Fear. I don't think we're there yet. So yeah, I could have discarded the Outside Interference, found the Instill. It's almost like she needs to combo for this matchup crazy. Yeah, I think she just doesn't. She's not familiar with the matchup. Like the breaking her potions, playing Rampant Growths one at a time is like not good. She's not familiar with what she needs to be doing, which like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, I'm very certain I should have lost this game and I'm going to win it instead. Because she has 8 cards left in her deck. Oh, don't do that. I guess I could also just play this Rotten Remains. That's pretty fun. Let's get rid of Nimbalism. I'm going to Claw rather than Swing Big here, because I want to keep a card for Pitch, potentially, if she like decides to go. I don't die to combo, but I would like to be able to pitch for it. Which means I maybe shouldn't even have clawed there. But the difference between AB2 and AB3 is like, eh. We tunic this one. I can tunic the next one. I might just be taking this turn off. I mean, this turn might just be like pitch these two to AB pass, wait until my blues come back. I don't want to be... She has a burn bear, and it's this. This is the burn bear that's left in her deck. So I don't want to put myself in a position where I like, oh, I'm going to deal 10, I'm going to maximize hand value this turn and put her to 10 and get my Mocking Blow online and then die because I overextended. There is exactly one way in which she wins this game. Oh, it wasn't the burn bear? Sick. I do have a depressing number of non-blues left in my deck. How does back alley work in this deck? It works where you call to the grave a back alley break line, get your second action point, play a swing big, tunic, play a swing big. Red, yellow, red. We just pass until I can get more blues in hand so that I can pressure her. This is the snore part of this game. At this point, I'm going to win. We just have to sit here for 20 minutes while I do it. Okay. It's time. Maybe she can get there with enough amp? She has to deal 15 damage. Am I wrong on her burn bear count? Did I miss one? Twining Moon, sick. I gotta take that. Okay. Yeah, arsenal that makes sense. We just go looking for a scrap, banish NIMBY. Lol, I knew that. Play Truce. Is playing Truce smart here? It's funny. We're both going to gain life, but it matters a lot more for me than it does for her. 1. Is yellow looking for a scrap? Sauced or chopped? It's in the deck. I trust Enki on this. If you moon me for 2, I think I take it, gain my 3, and then just E-strike you. JK, I'm pitching. Yeah, my pitch stack sucks. Cool. My pitch deck is even worse. But she has 4 cards in her deck. Snore. Da-ba-ba. 1. If you do, this gets 1, then repeats the process. So for Rotten Remains, I have to be banishing from her deck too, right? It doesn't work if I just banish from my own graveyard? Is that right? That's how that works? Need a 1 power in each graveyard. Okay. I just win this game, right? Like, because I can claw, she can never push damage. Her turn is just going to be 1/1/2 every turn. And so when I do have a blue, I get to claw. When I don't have a blue, I'm just pitching. I will gain more life than she does. All right, someone in chat tell me if I have a deterministic win. Because if I have a deterministic win, I'm just going to not play. I'll just stop playing the game. Because this is boring. This is deterministic? Okay. JK, I think Verdance realizes it too. And doesn't want to play the game anymore. Thank God. The more you say that, the less sure you sound. I'm not used to deterministic wins, Steven. It's not something I have familiarity with. All right, that was a slog. We got there. I don't think we were supposed to, right? We were supposed to just get like giga comboed and killed. Anki, if you're still in chat, tell me how RKO beats giga combo Verdance. Because I gotta think that like when I was playing Florian or practicing with Florian for that week, no. And I'll tell you why I'm not playing Fatigue Pleiades on Talishar. It is because it's a super long game. The Pleiades has a ton of game actions to take at like any given time. And I don't want to sit here and let someone figure out how to play Fatigueities. I understand that this is a relevant matchup that someone will need to know how to play at some point, but it's not going to be me. Oh, you beat Giga Combo with Arg Smash. Okay. Yeah, Foxy, the mini combos were not good. Ooh, I hope Katsu just sends it. We're big up. The question is, how many Fiddler's Greens am I supposed to block this Kodachi with? Am I supposed to block it with 1 or 2? Because there is no guarantee that there is a follow-up here. It might just be like 1 Kodachi pass. In which case I am sad. I'm going to block with 2. I'm expecting Pleiades at my RTN this weekend, and some might go to time if they think too much. So, like, I would play... Do I want to give armor here? Like, I don't want to give armor here. But if Katsu just has the Natty Gust Wave, I would rather be blocking. So let's do that. Let's aggressively give armor. This is the bad one, right? Yeah, this is the bad one. Definitely blocking with the CNC. How do I get punished? I could just do this. Like, this is fine. I'm expecting Pleiades at my RTN. So, like, I would play... I'll practice with friends. I'll play the matchup at an RTN. Like, I'm not going to just not play into Fatigueities. It is specifically on Talishar with players I don't know that I don't want to play into Fatigueities. This turn kind of says... I think I booze E-Strike 7 Arsenal the Mocking Blow. I could Mocking Blow pitch these two. That isn't good. I could E-Strike 5, go again, Nimby for 11. So I get 11 no Arsenal, or I get 7 with an Arsenal. 11 no Arsenal has to be better. Oh wait, this doesn't work. Never mind. I can definitely count. Just send 8. I'm Giga up on life. I'm going to get booed next turn. I'm going to get booed again because I will play the Mocking Blow. A single blue lets me send 9. I have a single blue. Arkatsu is insane at the game. There's never been a better player than Arkatsu opponent. This card fucking sucks. Thought this card should have been banned back in Zen. People I know fatigue takes like half an hour. I had an hour and a half fatigue Goliath game the other day. That's the thing. Is like against people I know, I will definitely sit and play it out. Against people I don't know, there's no way. I'm supposed to block the Surging Strike. Am I supposed to block the Surging Strike? What does this hand do? This hand can block the Surging Strike. It can also block the follow-up and then have, 2-card 9. So I believe this is fine. Gust Wave for 6. If you find... Gust Wave for 6 finds... Discards this, finds Bonds. Bonds finds Gust Wave. So you are sending 6 into 5, 11, 16, 21, 25 into however much Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is going to deal, which says that... What is my plan? I can fleshbag this and just stop this turn, which seems kind of okay. I believe this is my plan. Oh, I needed to turn teams on Do Not Disturb, lol. Sorry for everyone who I just gave PTSD to. Sorry for everyone who heard that and thought it was them. This seems fine. Yeah, this was a hell of a play from our opponent. I mean, they could still break Pouncing Lynx here and find Salt the Wound, and Salt is like a reasonable thing for them to do. We take the 4 because my turn, unfortunately, I am not using my Vigor. This is such an aggressive matchup that I am not going to take the chance that I roll a 1. I'm just going to CNC them. Oh, JK, our opponent is breaking Pouncing Lynx? Okay. RKO time, yeah. Hey, Burst Flames. Yeah, that was about to be a scary turn, and then thank you, Fleshbag. Ooh. This is a matchup I'm interested in, too. All right, CNCs for sure. Weakest links for sure. Is it Sinks or Sirens? That is a great question. I'm gonna, because I'm going second, I'm going to board in Sirens. If I was going first, I would board in Sinks. Because depending on what the Oscilio does, I want to be able to block with Sirens. Concessions are so annoying. Hey, Nico. I wouldn't know anything about conceding. I think AB0 into Oscilio is correct. So I'm always playing Fleshbag into Oscilio because Oscilio comboing always has to care about the Fleshbag. It does mean that sometimes I just take free damage on turn 0. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to play Sirens. I always play AB0 because I don't think AB1 is good against Oscilio. In that specific instance, it would have been fine because it would have kept me at a higher life total, but in general, I would rather have 3 block than AB1. I would play AB3 against Oscilio. I'm either playing AB0 or AB3, but Oscilio always has to care about the flesh bag on a combo turn. Are we just dead? Like, does Oscilio just have it? Discarding a blast feels like a bad start. Okay, I'm going to assume Oscilio we're either Giga dead or Oscilio's hand is terrible. Because if Oscilio is discarding blast and electromagnetic somersault, like these are both amazing cards with the Sigil of Brilliance that Oscilio had, I have to think that Oscilio's hand is trash. Like, it's just actually unplayable dog shit. And this was a desperate attempt to fix it. I did concede a game to Nico Brew yesterday on turn 2 because we were playing Kayo Oscilio, and my very first attack of the game was Bear Fangs with 3 cards in hand, and I discarded the Blood Rush Bell on the top of my deck. But that was more of a tilt thing than anything. Okay. Oscilio is playing a lot of instants. Ah, okay, so the Oscilio's hand was just, like, unplayable dog shit. I see. Yeah, I gotta tell you, this feels pretty good. I do not, unfortunately, have a way to turn on looking for us. What are you doing? Okay, you're setting up. Sure. You didn't... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Again, I just can't really use this hand. I can E-Strike, bottom Mocking Blow, 5 go again into looking for a scrap Arsenal Sigil, and maybe that throws off the Oscilio. It does put me up on life. Okay, I'm getting a Sink Below. That's a good start. I'm going to break chain here and roll. If I miss, then I just play the Sigil. If I hit... Okay. In that case... I still don't have a way to turn on looking for a scrap. So I think I'm just playing it. I'm arsenaling the Sigil to throw off Oscilio. I am pushing slightly more damage. I thought about just sending Claw and playing the Sigil and then keeping the looking in Arsenal. My problem with that is I have no guarantee that the looking is going to be online. So far, Oscilio has not attacked me, and this hand would not have let me turn it on. Heavy Hitters KO has been good to me recently, so I'm expecting a big blowout at my RTN. Had a yellow Bear Fangs discard a Blood Rush top deck recently, but I was way ahead, so it was okay. I played a lot of randoms yesterday out of just anger because games were not going well. Played a lot of angry games that I should not have played. And, man, we had the highs and lows. If I block this keeps Oscilio off of Channel Lightning Valley. I'm kind of expecting Blink. I want to do this because I want a Might for the weakest link. I also stay up on life, which is relevant. Like, ideally, I don't get disrupted here so that I can play Sigil, go up on life, play the weakest link, make Oscilio care, and then Arsenal the big bully. Discarding Blast a Hat when it was your only attack in hand feels very wrong. Yeah, the Oscilio was definitely flailing for something. I mean, they have found an early Sigil of Brilliance, which means that they're incredibly skilled at the game. Sorry, 2 early Sigil of Brilliance. If you find 2 sigils by turn 2, you're an extremely skilled player. After we played, I punted into a Valden and got eviscerated by Aurora's Katsu. Aurora do be good. What does this card do? X+3, where X is the number of aura permanents you control with sigil in their name. So this is going to deal 6, 11, 13, and it's going to do something. It's going to put you to 29. You're going to draw a card and make 2 embodiments. Glyph Overlay is a really good spell. Bunch of binding triggers that don't matter, right? You end your turn. I just go Weakest Link for 7, gain 3 Arsenal Big Bully. Turn 0 Arsenal Surging, draw Surging off my Mind Warp, draw Surging next turn, very skilled. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with playing Oscilio. Like, you either are a good Oscilio player and you draw double sigil on turns 1 and 2, or you're a bad Oscilio and you don't. Just draw another sigil. Like, just shuffle your deck and then draw another sigil. I don't understand why people... It's like Oscilio is such an easy deck to play. I don't understand why people think it's such, like, this incredibly skillful deck. Like, what if you just drew Sigil of Brilliance? Show me etchings. Arsenal Big Bully. Ooh, I do get to turn it on. So depending on what Oscilio does, I get to send a lot of damage. Play my sigil. And turn. So if Oscilio doesn't take my hand, I get to keep a blue, attack with claw, discard outside interference, find probably Big Bully, play Big Bully. Ooh, I could call to the grave. So stop hating, we work so hard. You don't work so hard though. I've played against Oscilio. I know how hard you work. It's not very. All right, this turn is actually sick if I get to keep these 3 cards. So if I get to keep these 3 cards, I get to call to the grave my back alley break line, get an action point, pitch to... No, that doesn't work. I can still back alley break line, pitch to claw. No, because I'm lower on life. Damn it. I have to play the booze. I have to play the booze. Call to... Play the booze. Pitch to Mandible Claw. Outside interference. Find a Big Bully, send Big Bully. Okay, that's what it is. If I keep the Mocking Blow, then I play booze, back alley break line, I will block this with Mocking Blow. It's gone into Flounce, bounce from Arsenal, instant etchings. Jesus. Have you ever seen a more skillful Oscilio player? Because I have not. I have not seen a more skilled Oscilio player than our Oscilio player. They're truly masterful at this game. Play booze, roll 6 on scabs. I mean, I do get a cool line here without rolling scabs. Wait, I needed that Mocking Blow. I mean, this is still fine, but I did need that Mocking Blow for, like, the super cool turn. We get to find Big Bully, Tunic, Big Bully, come in for 8, die. They didn't pitch it for 2 damage, they pitched it for Sigil of Brilliance. Like, this is why they pitched it. Could have attacked for 4, played Sigil, and kept it. They had the action point. They wanted to keep the Sigil. Which makes sense, because, like, now look at what they're going to do. If they have an action point, like, if this is a Greaves turn, or they shock me. Yeah, this sucks. This matchup is terrible. Also, our Oscilio has drawn extremely well, and I have found 1 piece of disruption. This sucks. I get to trot along. Mocking Blow. I think I blocked wrong 2 turns ago. I was supposed to give my Scab Skins on the Gone in a Flash instead of my Mocking Blow so that I would have been able to, like, do something cooler. Pitch to Volzar, though, skill issue. Maybe. They only had the... No, they had 2 Sigil of Brilliance, didn't they? We're going to close the chain. I have to roll. I'm the best player in the world. I'm not presenting lethal because I'm the worst player in the world. I feel like Oscilio is favored into anything if they draw well enough. I mean, that is the benefit of playing Oscilio. Is like, you will just win games based on drawing the right cards at the right time in the right order. It's fun to listen to Oscilios tell you about how bad all of their matchups are and then watch them just giga combo on turn 2. Friendly NorCal local in the chat, Shifty Prince, posted in Discord last night that he got, like, you know, Righteous Cleansing on turn 0 by Fatigue Pleiades that hit 2 Gone in a Flash, and then Giga Combo them for 53 on turn 3. Like, Oscilio does sometimes just draw the nuts. There is, if you look at all of the banned and restricted announcements from Rosetta on, there is 1 hero from the set that has never received a ban. It's Aurora. But also, there's a 2nd hero from the set that has never received a ban, and that is Oscilio. Oscilio only gets support. I'm kind of hopeful that the next BNR does touch Oscilio in some way, because, like, the hero only gets better, and as more people pick Oscilio up, there will just be more Oscilio representation. Oscilio has bad matchups. Oscilio can also win any game, kind of like him. Yeah. Like, there's no actual way to stop Oscilio who draws the nuts. And Oscilio has tools to stall the game out until they draw the nuts. Which is Mind Warp. They have tools that stall. They have consistency pieces. To be fair, he needs the help. You're so right. Oscilio has failed to convert at the highest level multiple times. Like, I can't remember a single time, besides last week, that Oscilio top-8'd a tournament. I think Somersault Ban is coming as soon as Aurora 2 comes out. A Somersault Ban would stop both of them. We go 2nd into Fang. I am racing the Fang. CNC and the D reacts. Seems right. Somersault is both the best and worst card in the deck. Somersault in Aurora is sick. Like, Somersault is such a skill check with Aurora because it does require a sense of, should this be a 6 block or a 4 power attack? In Oscilio, it's like you said, the best and worst card. Sometimes it's the worst card because it does actual nothing. Sometimes it's the best card because it is gone in a flash, blast to oblivion, plus draw, plus sigil. Blocking 4 here is not okay. We want to block 5 here. Somersault blocks 6 with 1 card and arrow. Sometimes. Sometimes you have tempo and it attacks for 4. Like, it is a skill check. This hand might roll. This hand could roll. This hand can also be... Yeah, this hand is Mandible Claw. This hand is Mandible Claw, and it depends on what our opponent does. If our opponent takes 3, then outside interference becomes Big Bully. All right, in that case, this hand, outside interference becomes... Which of these cards do I never want to see again? Bask in your own greatness. What does Back Alley Breakline do in this deck? Back Alley Breakline is tutorable with Call to the Grave to make a second action point so that you can 3-card 16. I guess 4-card 16 with another blue and like swing big, big bully, swing big, swing big, show of strength. Mostly make chat ask a lot of questions about it. Yeah, Back Alley is tutorable from Call to the Grave. Call to the Grave can also tutor Fiddler's Green. Wow, this hand sucks. But it does block decently well. So I'm going to sink... I'm going to sink the Nimblism and try to find a better card. That's pretty okay. Before Nibby card shuffle back. Oh, you're so right. I do shuffle sometimes. This is the Call to the Grave list. Yeah, this is Enki Dupaquier, Papa Pool's RKO deck. I have another list that was given to me that's qualified for nationals a couple of times, and I think it's more of what people expect RKO to be with, like, main deck CNCs, it plays pummels. It's very much the, like, aggressive RKO. But I think Enki's an incredible deck builder, and I want something that scratches more of the Florian itch than I think the traditional RKO list does. It's something I want to try. I'm not saying this is the best RKO list. There are many variations of RKO. We are also getting a new RKO. I mean, I'm sure we're getting support for RKO in Compendium. All right, this hand does block pretty well. I don't care about the Oath. I can effectively block the Oath, but the Oath doesn't make fealty, and I need to stop my opponent from making fealty with on-hits. Because this is Chainlink 1, they do have access to free fealty with Affirm, Loyalty, and whatever the Devotion one is from Fang. Like Demo Devo from Syndra, it's not that. I could also use my Flesh Bag here to guarantee that Fang has an arsenal before I CNC it. I don't know that I'm there now. I do think I want to block 5, which covers a 0 for 3, so Affirm Loyalty or Searing Gaze. And I have D-Reacts to cover the rest, and I want to make the Might so that they can't just give me these armors. I don't care as much about the Swing Big. I'm not going to roll Scabs because I want to CNC for 7. This matchup is kind of free unless Fang Giga High rolls. That's a good one. So you're going to pitch from hand to send this dagger. And then I am not... Oh, I don't care about this. I will shelter this. We're going to shelter this. I'm going to CNC for 7. I'm going to Arsenal Sink Below. JK, I guess I'm still going to do that. I'm just not going to destroy the Arsenal. Why not throw Swing Big instead? Because I was expecting Fang to Arsenal a card. I did not think that Fang was going to pitch the last card in hand to do 1 damage. And it like worked out for Fang because I had the CNC, which I guess they put me on because I blocked with Swing Big. But I did not think that Fang was going to stay off Arsenal this turn. Keeping Fang off fealty this long, I don't know if you can lose from here. Oh, trust me, Blasmafat, I am playing a brute hero. I can always lose from a dominating position. RKO doesn't have the variance that regular KO does, but we can still draw 4 reds. I've lost from commanding positions before. So here, the Call to the Grave would let me do some neat double action point stuff, where I get to Call to the Grave, find my back alley break line, get 2 action points, E-Strike for 7, discard outside interference, find Mocking Blow, Mocking Blow. I could, and I'm not going to do that because the Mocking Blow, I won't be able to buff it up. I could, I mean, we're taking this 4. Insurmountable value off the CNC Soul Read. They got 1 point of value from the CNC Soul Read. I am probably going to Fleshbag this to keep them off of double fealty this turn, which I suspect is what they're going for. So then what does my hand do? My hand does E-Strike 5, go again, pitch Nimby, Mandible Claw, discard outside interference, find Big Bully, Tunic Big Bully. And we just get farther ahead. Roll. It's always a Scab's turn. I think there have probably been situations in my games that I have not rolled and I should have rolled. Okay, I don't care about this. You bank a Vigor and that's fine. This says opponents can't attack with weapons. Okay, so never mind. I actually need to... I still get to play out the same 4-card hand, but I need to start with Mandible Claw, so they can't put Kabuto in front of E-Strike and deny me my damage. Okay, so we Mandible Claw first. You want to block with Sync to free the Arsenal? What am I freeing the Arsenal for? Like, just generally? Or in this specific hand, I should be looking to Arsenal something. Find Big Bully. E-Strike. Go again. This was a 4-card 16. Fab Math would say that is pretty good. D-React. Ooh. Our opponent is just taking damage. And I get to bank a Vigor for next turn? Just thinking about arsenaling E-Strike and just claw into blow. Okay. Yeah. That would have been good. Claw to Blow is at 3-card 13. And I Arsenal more pressure. I do like that. Yeah, arsenaling the E-Strike there would have made sense. This is, I mean, it's different value. This value keeps Fang off fealty for longer because I can block the, like, dagger into, what was this one? Scar Tissue. But it doesn't win me the game as much. I do have a Vigor, so I can... I'm a resource off of being able to do the cool thing of trot along, NIMBY, 6 go again, swing big. Definitely not blocking this. I don't care about Chainlink 1. I still don't care about Chainlink 1. Fealtyless Fang, new meta. I don't know if that's where our Fang really wants to be right now. Usually your best outside turn is Claw into Blow or flat up Blow Pump if you have an extra pitch. That makes sense. Okay. Fire Vein for 1. You have 2 cards in hand. You do not have a resource. You did pay for Vigor, which tells me that this is going to be a 0-cost pump. Potentially 2. So I may need to do more blocking on this, which is probably swing big. I'm covering 5. Do I get punished by double pump? I don't think I do. That is bad. That is worse. Okay. I mean, this is still fine. I could have definitely played that turn better if I put them on not having the pump and just, like, double pledge. But I still get to push a 3-card 13. I still have the sink below. Like, we're chilling. I was expecting them to have like more. I was expecting them to double react, and I would have the sink below to cover the damage to keep them off of like a Firm Loyalty, Scar Tissue, and then Arsenal the Show of Strength. But this works too. I was still able to bail it out because of the Vigor, and because I had guaranteed go again from Trot Along. I don't want to roll Scabs as much as possible in an aggro game, because me taking a turn off, even with such a commanding life lead, just gives Fang space. Heard someone say the words fatigue fine. I don't know how I feel about that. Fatigue has been a deck that people have tried to make work for years. The children love their slop. Another weird hand. Like a bunch of reds. I mean, again, this one converts. It threatens lethal. I don't have to roll, and I can convert my life lead into here's lethal. Fang's online. That's fine. This doesn't make me want to block any different. I'm still sending a 4-card 13, which is on rate. It's not good, but it could certainly be worse. It's lethal. It forces Fang to do something. Buff power, additional attack. Does this make me want to use my sink below at all? What I could do with this is sink it, get my full value, play the booze, get booed. Now, okay, we're playing the sink. I am going to sink the swing big. That's sick. I can turn it on, thank God. Okay, this is sick. So my intention there was to sink the swing big, because I was either going to block, if I drew something useless, I would have just blocked this dagger, sent Show of Strength for 8, Arsenal the E-Strike, and just wait until I could go wider on the turn. What the looking for scrap does is let me send a 3-card 13 and Arsenal E-Strike. So we're like big up. What does on rate mean? Sorry, new to the game. So rate is like such a nebulous concept because there's so many ways to break down like the inherent value of a card based on what it does. But in the simplest terms, the average card is worth 3 value. And that is because it either pitches for 3 or blocks for 3. Or like attacks for 3 with some kind of stipulation. So an on-rate card, the perfectly on-rate card is a 3 block, a 3 pitch, or 3 power with Go Again. Go Again being an action point. An action point on average is worth 1. So if I am saying that an on-rate card is either 3 with Go Again or 4 on offense, the on-rate turn is like 3 Go Again, 3 Go Again, 3 Go Again, 4. I have dealt a 4-card 13 in that I have used all of my cards. I have not burned any resources. So as soon as you can get more than a 4-card 13, you are above rate. The same goes for a 3-card 10, which is 3 Go Again, 3 Go Again, 4. A 2-card 7, which is 3 Go Again, 4. Or a 1-card turn, which is 4. So Show of Strength is an above rate turn. You are doing a 2-card 8, whereas the on-rate turn is a 2-card 7. A 3-card 11 is an above rate turn because the typical value is a 3-card 10. It's like this weird nebulous thing that is hard to keep track of because then you get like, well, C&C, Command and Conquer, is a 2-card 6, which is below rate. But if it destroys the arsenal, it's a 2-card 9, which is above rate. It's hard to track, but I promise you there's a reason that I'm saying, oh, that's above rate. I don't need to block anything, but I'm not going to block this one. I'm going to block the next dagger. My intention for this turn is going to be E-Strike Go Again, bottoming Big Bully into Mocking Blow, Pitch Nimby Tunic. Oh, you had to pitch for this? That sucks. Send him to Neptune. Card being on rate usually describes it being worth 3 value on its face. On rate is you can get like a 3.25 value. So Ninja Assassin cards is rated differently. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of like inherent value to things. Playing the Big Bully is surely worse. So if I don't block here, if I kept 4 cards, I would E-Strike, bottom the Mocking Blow, pitch to bit. No, that's just worse. That's just worse. This prefers life total. I'm going to put Scabs in front of this too. Just like, why not? What else am I doing this turn? No, that's dumb. That doesn't make sense. We're doing this. So it's E-Strike, bottom Big Bully, Mocking Blow, dead. This is a 4-card 15. Just on damage, which is already above rate. It is also potentially a 4-card 16 because the Mocking Blow is going to make a Vigor because I'm going to be booed, which means that Kayo will trigger. You strike Bully for maximum damage, but it's not maximum value. I'm a value gamer. I enjoy the Professor Lupine segment of this. Oh, I just talk out my ass. The value is just hard to keep track of. Snatch is a 0 for 4, which makes it on rate. But if it hits, it draws you a card. So in theory, because every card is theoretically worth 3 value, E-Strike is, or Snatch that hits is worth 7. But then like that changes based on which hero you're playing. If you're playing a deck like Aurora or Syndra, where most of your cards are attack for 4, then Snatch is actually a 0 for 8. Leave No Witnesses can be, like, it's a whole thing. Value is a whole thing. Once you reach these kinds of endgames, you must prioritize damage order for value just to end the game ASAP. That makes sense. What if you played for value and also ended the game? How does that do for you? Jesus. We're just playing Aggro Brute. Let's do one more. Let's do one more and see if we can pair into another quick game instead of like Verdance. Lupine is just a bit too keen on blocking. It's what I'm known for as a player. Just with it, like, I will always play, as you all know, I just prioritize heroes that block. I love blocking. It's my favorite thing to do in Flesh and Blood. Oh, Syndra, that was going to be a quick game. Beep, beep, beep. D-board everything. Even won the die roll. Like, that should have been worked. Gets muddled, like, what rate is a card draw at? Just remember, on average, the value of an unknown card is 3. Absolutely not. I reject your reality and substitute it with my own. There's no way. All right, we'll do this one again. I get to go first this time, at least. We do the same board that I did last time. Actually, what if we tried this going first? RKO, thanks for showcasing my deck. Bye, Papa. Bye, Anki. We love you. This is sick. Thanks for starting at lower life than me, Oscilio. I do like it. I want to play more of it. Absolutely want to play more. I'm excited about RKO. Like, I really enjoyed playing Florian. I want to play more of this style of deck, and RKO already looked appealing to me because I like Kayo, and I owned the deck, so it would be very cheap compared to, like, Jarl, which I'm still missing some key cards from. I don't have a Stalagmite, so that's already 100 that I got to drop on Jarl. Depending on how Oscilio blocks this, I will be KOing, pitching Mocking Blow, and Sink Below, arsenaling the weakest link. Excuse? Oh, I see. Ooh, that was pretty slick. I liked that. All right, JK, Oscilio is actually very skilled. All right, Steven, are you watching this game? This is an extremely aggressive use of Flash of Brilliance, but it is setting up... Okay, there you go. I'm like... I can kind of see the line here, but this is like an aggressive use of your Flash. I also got a Rampart for my gem pack recently. I was very happy about it. Yeah, it saves me some money. Teklo thinks he's a real deck now because positive matchup into Fatiguities. Well, they keep showing us that they want Teklo to be a real deck. I mean, I get 5 free damage on KO, but I do wish it was 7 free damage and a Vigor. Like, this was still a good play. Like, that was a sick play by Oscilio. This hand is 1 resource short of being pretty sweet, so I'm probably not... I will block with armor. I like to give armor, not flesh bag, as soon as I can against Oscilio. Because, like we saw in the last game, I died with armor value. Because the Oscilio doesn't always attack, sometimes they just do physical damage. I want to give armor. I think I am taking... I think I'm blocking with Bonebreaker. I don't want to... I need to kill my darlings. I don't, like, need to get might value on this, especially because I'm I'm planning to do E-Strike Go again into weakest link. So I'm not even getting the might on the weakest link, which is where I want it. And blocking with Bonebreaker keeps me up on life. I mean, I might just be spelled here. Okay, cool. Bottom Mocking Blow. We send some damage. If you love blocking, you'd love Teklo, but then I'd have to play Teklo. I do need to tell you all while you're here, I have YouTube memberships now. I should have been promoting this earlier. For the low price of $3.99, which is practically $2.50, which is practically free, you get a neat little daily Fab gameplay badge next to your name. You also get the use of the Lupinefiasco emotes, so that you can spam God Gamer, I Miss My Wife, and WTF. But the coolest emote that I have, courtesy of Flesh and Bad, Flesh and Bad's own Aurora, is the Kayo Pog. It's sick. I love it. You too can have your very own, I think it's, yeah, DFG Pog that you can spam in chat whenever I make a Pog play. Oh my God. So you're going to have Go again. So I don't know what your arsenal is, but your turn is like... You have Go again, so it's, what? Blasts, Comet Storm something. Jesus. I Miss My Wife is pretty top tier. Hopefully not for long. And I am hopefully getting a bump from Aurora where she's going to make me one that is like me as Aurora smiling. Just like the typical Aurora face. And we're going to superimpose I Miss My Wife over that. It was Flittering Charge, Blast to Oblivion, Comet Storm, Shock Fry, who I assume that you are. Hey, Toothbrush. Thank you for common rarity. Your common rarity now, we're going to add more rarities where you can work your way up. But instead of doing something creative, I'm just using things from the game. So I assume it's like Blast, Instant from Arsenal, Bounce Conductivity, Fry. I don't think I need to like overly respect this. Yeah, it's Discharge, pick up the Sigil. So you're going to Flittering, Comet Storm, Sigil, Fry. So you're just playing out your hand, right? I don't want to fleshbag this because I want fleshbag for the combo turn. But if I do fleshbag this, I put myself in a position where Oscilio has an arsenal for me to destroy. I think I'm just taking the damage. Like we've got a Fry coming in. I don't need to block the Fry. It really okay, so you're going to Volt's Army. Great, so this line works. You do have an arsenal for me to destroy. Welcome to Common is wild. How do you like Common? Do you think Common should be something else? Oh, you're even green now. That's cool. That's fun. Thank you, Toothbrush. I appreciate you. Can we get a Lupine Pog for Toothbrush? It has to be you, because you're the only one, but... Alright, put you to 15. Let's give you a CNC, because I know that your arsenal is not at instant speed, so you will have to respect this in some way. Like, I just didn't read when I clicked. Ooh, I like the badge, too. The badge looks good. It's been awesome streams. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. I've been having a lot of fun doing them. No. All right, I got to turn that off. All right, one of them was spam. The other one, yeah, it was just, sorry, toothbrush. That's rude. That's not supposed to happen. Let me fix that. Let's get Nightbot in here. Cool. This hand does a thing. Nightbot, chat moderation. Interesting. Excessive symbols is disabled. Very weird. Comet Storm me? Okay. Interesting. I will fix that later. I'm sorry. You should not. You should be allowed to spam that. You've earned it. Okay. Hey, Rose. Thank you very much. I appreciate the subscription. I appreciate the membership. Now you too can spam emotes, but only 3, I think. So I'm going to threaten lethal on Oscilio. I also have the Sigil of Solace to just like keep me out of trouble if Oscilio goes for something. The big question is, what am I getting with my outside interference? I can get Big Bully, which threatens lethal. I can get Mocking Blow, which threatens lethal, but I can't turn it on. I think I'm taking the Big Bully. So now the question is, am I just playing the weakest link to like, I don't think I can. I think I'm playing the Big Bully here. Gotta get in on the ground floor. All right, Oscilio's doing Oscilio things. Oscilio's gonna try to find Sigil to keep me off of Big Bully value. I get to threaten lethal. I am booed. I make a vigor. What Oscilio doesn't know is that I already have the Sigil. Oscilio's giving me all of the armor. I don't know what this is. Still taking 1 is sick. You discard High Voltage. You pick up Sigil of Lightning. So you're going to have another one for next turn. I still have my weakest link, which is sick. What I would really like to see is go again. Kind of. High Voltage Volzar Mind Warp. That's spoopy. Dead opponents do no damage. That's what I'm going for. Make a vigor. Is there a better way to play this turn? See, this is where I wish I had Call to the Grave, because I could call my back alley and then just send 16. Instead, I do still need to send the Mandible Claw. And I don't want to roll here because I will die. I can send Mocking Blow after this. I will have the resources to do it. And I will be able to pump it up. So I am threatening lethal here. And I'm like kind of okay on life total. We'll find Mocking Blow. I will play Mocking Blow. Oscilio is digging for something that kills me. I am higher on life than you are. Did you find Sigil? You did not. Cool. The next question is, am I supposed to keep these or am I supposed to just pitch both of them? I think I'm pitching them because I do want to find, like, action points. I care more about, and I have the weakest link in Arsenal. I don't care about having a 2 for 8 as much as I care about having go again. But we do barely get there. I also thought I was getting shocked. I need to see. This would have sucked. I'll give this Oscilio the rematch. I'm having fun. We're getting memberships. I don't terribly have anything important going on. This will likely be our last game. I'm going second, so we put in Sirens. That felt nice. Playing Mocking Blow as int, he could have shocked you. Yeah, you're right. Hello? Opponent, please. All right, this line is pretty simple. I hate that they keep a Channel Lightning Valley. I am going to send a CNC. Just the 4-card 11, which is bad. If, where are you? If, who's asking about rate? Nhill. Nhill, if you're still here, this is an interesting line because a 4-card 11 is below rate. A 4-card 14 is slightly above rate, which if the CNC hits the arsenal is what's happening. But depending on what this is, and that Oscilio is such a combo-based deck, it's potentially good. Like, Oscilio cares about 2 cards in particular, which are Gone in a Flash and Blast to Oblivion. And if CNC hits one of those from the arsenal, then the rate is potentially even higher. It's just very hard to know with Oscilio. I also don't particularly like CNC against Oscilio. Okay, so we got a Blast to Oblivion, which is sick. It's a little rougher against Oscilio because they play so many instants that they can play in response to the CNC. Damn. It is hard to turn on looking for a scrap sometimes. How are you feeling about RKO's meta position post-Florian? Wasn't that like an unwinnable matchup before? It was very bad. You have to practice Fatigue today? I'm sorry. Fatigue matchups are not fun. This seems like the play. I'm going to CNC for 7. Between Rhinar and RKO, which hero do you think is better in the meta after KO and Prism LLs? I don't know enough about Rhinar currently. I know that there's the Meataxe build, which I think is the right way to play the hero. And, like, we already know that Rhinar has a replacement weapon after Mandible Claw leaves. So I don't think that Rhinar's in a bad position. KO might just lean further into, like, more fatiguey stuff. Like, KO is going to need something that makes action points to get value out of the claw. So we might be seeing more looking for scraps in the list. It's just this is conditional. Like, we're probably not playing Scar for a Scar because we actively want to be higher on life. What has happened to me? What did you bounce? If overlay is pretty sick, you put me lower on life, which is bad for me. You don't get to keep the Channel Lightning Valley, which is good for me. My turn is just CNC for 7. Hopefully I kill your arsenal. Prism is so far from LL with RKO stocks going up. I've heard the matchup is okay. Is it Doomer? Like, RKO has a number of poppers, but it isn't like Armed and Dangerous bad. Love to see you trying out RKO. He's so fun. I really like his unusual take on the Brood class. I'm having a lot of fun with him so far. Call to the Grave wide, just looking for scrap 1 powers. It's for Back Alley Breakline and Fiddler's Green. you can turn it into 3 health with Fiddler's Green. Or you can turn it into 2 action points with Back Alley Break Line. Or, yeah, you can turn on You're Looking for a Scrap. RKO weapon was already leaked. It wasn't leaked, it was spoiled. Which it was, yeah. It's 2 for 3. It is 2 for 3 unless there is a 6 power in your pitch zone, in which case it is 2 for 4. But it does not have a Go Again trigger. Yeah, so here we get juiced by the instant from Arsenal. We're just taking 1. Now we're taking 2. Pitching Gone in a Flash is interesting. It might mean that they have another one. It might mean that they're like so far from their combo. It might mean that they have something more interesting to do with Gone in a Flash than Gone in a Flash. I'm thinking it's probably a second Gone. Please let me block. Unlucky. I mean, this hand still converts. We get to Mandible Claw. New Claw is awful. All right. You are fate for seeing me. You kept a card on top. You now have a better card in your hand. Fate for seeing in Oscilio is pretty sick. We're going to outside interference. I'm going to outside interference for the Instill Fear, and then I'm going to roll the dice. And then I lose the game. But I think this play was worth it. Like, I don't really want to IP the CNC, and if we hit a 4, 5, or 6 there, I get to send both of these. I just wanted to get more out of my hand than I felt like I was going to get. So we can trot along Mandible Claw CNC, which I guess is worth it. I don't think rolling Scabs here really does that much. Like, if I get a 6, then my hand is sick. But I think my hand is good enough as just 9. Is it true RKO can make any attack a popper during blocks? He needs to put 3 cards into it, or 2 cards plus Tunic. But yes, you can use your hero power to turn any attack into a popper. Played versus Fatigue Oscilio. Wish I didn't. I don't blame you. Fatigue Oscilio sounds terrible. Sink Blow from Arsenal, I guess, is a good get. Man, I would really like to do something more interesting with my turns. I'm kind of a looking for scrap hater at this point. I mean, I guess against Oscilio it's a little different because it, like, is so hard to do the thing. Here we go. So depending on life totals, I can looking for a scrap. Consign, bounce the thing. Oh, you're not going to replay it. Comet Storm shock me? Mind Warp? It's Mind Warp. It's etchings. Our opponent's really good at finding etchings. You got back... Oh, nothing. Okay, that's fine. Oh, all right. What does my hand do? My hand does looking for a scrap for 5 go again. Mandible Claw, discard interference, E-Strike? Oh. Lol, I have to banish a thing. See what Oscilio is the best thing I ever played? Stop it, teams. Should have put you on Do Not Disturb for longer. I didn't think I'd still be playing. Okay, we put you to 9. We're at parity, so I can't just, like, big bully. Which means I need to Mandible Claw, discard Interference. I guess E-Strike for 7 is how I make you care about what I'm doing. And we find Mocking Blow would be on if I don't get shocked, but I wouldn't be able to pump it. So I'm just sending 7, which will make Oscilio give me a card, and I'm probably using Flesh Bag on my next turn. Like, I'm using as much armor on my next turn as Oscilio will let me. Goes to 1. Bold move. You can still fake the pump. That's what I was thinking, but if Oscilio calls me on it, then I just die. Gone in a Flash for 4, go again. It is a weird situation where I do want to give more armor to stop the Gone in a Flash entirely, but I don't want to fully block Gone in a Flash, so that if Oscilio is holding a Channel Lightning Valley, I don't also have to deal with the Channel Lightning Valley. So if I block for 3 here, and Oscilio plays Channel Lightning Valley, they need to choose between whether the Gone is, like, if the channel is active or if the Gone goes back to hand. But if I block for 4, Oscilio plays Channel Lightning Valley, then I also need to block the next Gone in a Flash, which I might just be able to do. Like, this hand does send Looking for a Scrap into Show of Strength. I think I like that. I think I am actually blocking 4 here, which is something I tried to never do for the Channel Lightning Valley. But if Oscilio plays Channel Lightning Valley, picks up Gone in a Flash, and plays Gone in a Flash again, I'll just block 4. Set up for a wider turn next turn to close the match. I wanted to put Oscilio lower. And I feel good about my decision because now I just kill Oscilio. Caught myself. That line doesn't work. Which means that I can block like this, because the Looking for Scrap doesn't have go again. So I can block like this, E-Strike for 6, go again, Tunic Looking for a Scrap is 10. I could also go to 6 and probably be okay. I really wish this had go again somehow. I could send 8 and Arsenal this, but that's bad. I think the best line is just a 3-card 10, which is not good, but like should be enough. It keeps me healthy. Oscilio's not going to get to combo me anymore. This might be wrong. This might have been the wrong line. It might have been that I was supposed to go to 6 and just send 13 and like kind of know that I'm going to win. Assume that Oscilio cannot kill me with shock from 6 unless he just like giga high rolls. Trust me, he has no 2 blocks. We have seen, I think this same Oscilio got hit by a Weakest Link and just showed me like 4 blocking cards. Okay. Would I have been dead from 6? We are currently at 4 amp. I would have been. Hey, I would have been dead from 6. I made the right call. We did it. Chat, I did make the right play. If I had blocked to send the higher value hand, I would have died. Wow. I truly am a gamer. Okay, yeah, never mind. Oscilio sucks. Bad deck. Thank you all for being here. Thank you Toothbrush and Rose for the memberships. I am going to figure out how to make it so that you don't get deleted. I am going to figure it out. Because you should be able to spam Kayo Pog. Toothbrush, why is this happening to you? Spamming words and phrases? Nightbot, what are you doing? All right, I'm gonna fix it. Before next time, if you subscribe to my channel, you will be allowed to spam in chat. I promise you this. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for the new memberships. I really appreciate it. I will be back on Monday, probably playing more RKO. This has been a blast. I don't know if it's going to be this list. It might be a different one, sort of more what people are expecting with like pummels. But this was great. Anki Dupaquier, Papa Pool on Purple Discord, wrote a primer about RKO. It is free. It is on Metafy. I know I can get to it through Blue Sky. But I'm sure if you look for Papa Pool or Anki Dupaquier on Metafy, you can find it free to read. Talks about this very deck that I was playing. I will be playing it again. I am going to attempt to switch overlays to see if my stream crashes. So if I see you on the other side, then I feel confident that I can actually utilize OBS properly while streaming. If it doesn't work, then the stream will abruptly end, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Good luck at your RTNs. Catch me back here next week, Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's see if I see you. We did it. Tell me if you still see me. I got some lag. We dropped some frames. Tell me if you still see me. Did the stream crash? Actually, I don't see any dropped frames. Stream end button. Using OBS is the stream end button. Hey, I made it back. Okay, cool. Now I know that I can do giveaways and not just crash my stream and make you all think I scammed you. All right, now I'm actually going. Okay. Happy Friday, happy weekend, good luck in RTNs. See me Monday. Bye-bye.